Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a juicy chicken, and by the end of this video you'll know the secret to a luxurious chicken broth. And for those of you that stay till the end, I'm going to be sharing an easy recipe with you. 6 chicken drumsticks or thighs, 1 large onion, 10 cups of water, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1.5 tablespoons of salt, or you can use 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon. To your Instant Pot, you want to add your water, black pepper, salt, onion, and your drumsticks or thighs. I find that drumsticks or thighs work best for this recipe, and let's be honest, they're more affordable, so why not? If you do this with chicken breast, you're gonna have the driest chicken breast ever, so stick to thighs and drumsticks.
Something that has a bone and is juicy.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a riddle. That's you.
I use my Instant Pot minimum of 3 times out of the week. It's acting up today, but that's because
For someone that uses it 3 times a week, they sure know how to close that lid.
Hush, hush. We're gonna close our vent. For those of you that are new with an Instant Pot, close it this way. Sometimes once the pressure is building up, you'll see that it's just releasing pressure. I have to jolt it like this a few times.
The newer models don't have that issue.
The big huge one that we have doesn't have that, but these the 8 quarts, you do have to do that sometimes, unless you got a perfect one, but we all know that's not possible. You're gonna pressure cook for 45 minutes, and you're gonna allow for a slow release, and that's gonna take you a total of about an hour and 5 minutes. Once you've slowly released the pressure the first time, we're gonna go ahead and pressure cook one more time for 45 more minutes, and the same thing. We can do that 2 times, and if you have the time and you do it 3 times, even better. And boom, done. Our chicken is ready, soft and tender, and as you can see, it's still really hot in there. And look at how fall apart, tender, and juicy this chicken is. I'm gonna go ahead and start straining and shredding our chicken. And that's your secret to a juicy chicken and a luxurious chicken broth. Once you've strained your luxurious chicken broth, you're gonna save your onions, because these onions give a delicious flavor to your recipes, almost as if you're using onion seasoning. So you wanna keep that, okay? Make sure you're saving your onions for the recipe that we're gonna be starting in just a few minutes. Once your broth cools, you want to transfer it into a container. I keep it in this container, pop it in the freezer. If I don't have enough space, I'll use a Ziploc. And I know they sell some silicone trays to place your broth in and freeze it, that it's super easy for you guys. I've already placed about 2.5 cups of chicken broth, which we're going to need for our recipe in just a moment. Once you shred your chicken, you want to add a sprinkle of black pepper and combine it. You're going to need that seasoning for our recipe in just a moment. Once you combine your black pepper into your chicken, you're gonna drizzle a little bit of chicken broth, and that's gonna prevent your chicken from drying. Now for our Pellizcadas recipe, you're gonna need 2 cups of maseca. You're gonna add the onions that we saved right on in. You're gonna add about 2 cups of chicken broth. And start combining all of your ingredients until you fully hydrate your masa. Make sure that your chicken broth is warm, not super hot, okay? If it's cold, even better. You see how nice and moist your masa is? That's exactly what you need to avoid the cracking. Make sure you give that a good mix. You're gonna be here about 3 to 4 minutes, okay? I don't want you to quit just because you see everything hydrated. That's not what we're doing here. We're gonna make a really delicious dinner for you. I know it feels and looks a little bit sticky still, but that's okay. We're gonna let this sit here for about 5 to 8 minutes, and then we're gonna get started on making our little round tortillas. You're gonna take a ball from your masa, and we're gonna start building up a little ball. So this recipe is called Pellizcadas. Some regions know it as gorditas or sopes. You're from Sonora, you're gonna say it's a gordita. And remember how our dough was super sticky earlier? Now it's a bit softer and just smooth for us. Place it on your tortilla press. And I'm using parchment paper today because I still can't find my little plastic that I use for the tortillas.
Oh no, what a tragedy.
Yep. And you know my tortilla press is very uneven. I have a thinner side and a thicker side, but that's okay. This is the size that we're gonna be using today for our pescada. My cast iron got too hot. As you can see, it turned yellow really quick and it toasted it. It's not gonna go in the trash, okay? It's not like a pancake. We can still use this. But the next one is gonna be beautiful.
And by still using, you mean add some butter and we're gonna split it.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect.
This shouldn't take you longer than a minute to do when your cast iron is nice and hot. It's just gonna be super easy. And we already know this cast iron is hot because you guys saw our tortilla earlier, okay? No teasing, we're human. It's gonna be so good.
Hoy te voy a contar un chisme tan bueno y delicioso.
Oh, chisme and some fresh corn tortillitas pescadas. Perfect. Yeah, this is good. You just kind of have to find out where the heat is coming from for your pan. And since I'm on a glass top, you know, it's kind of wild in there, but it works. All right, come on over here, guys. This is a warning. It gets really hot. This just came off the cast iron. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pinch right here. Be very careful.
You can also use a paper towel, right?
Yeah, I've taught you before you can use a paper towel. And I like the pescadas. When I call them pescadas, I tend to make them a little bit larger than the gorditas. You see?
Take us for a spin, baby.
Ooh, DJ pescada. All right, I'm gonna continue with the remaining tortillas and then turn them into pescadas for you. And on this pan over here, I'm gonna start warming up our chicken with that delicious juicy chicken broth. And you can add extra seasonings that you would like, garlic, some ground cumin. It's really gonna be up to you to make it comfortable for your home. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of cumin because everything else is well seasoned. Yummy, yummy. You're a little bit further from me, I miss you.
I wanna go. That's the only way you get me off of the computer, off of work. Soon I know you're making this.
I can't wait. Tengo hambre. Comelona.
Okay, go ahead and add some on there.
Let's see how strong your fingers are.
Very strong. Thank you. Ooh, some of the salsa. Ooh.
Oh, Cloudy likes it.
That's so
Yay.
juicy. This tortilla perdida is amazing.
The tortilla perdida.
Yeah, you can taste the flavor in the masa. So good.
Once you're done making your pescadas, you're going to place it back on your cast iron. And since I don't have asientos, what's left over from your carnitas, super delicious, I'm going to put a little bit of butter at the bottom. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. I love butter. So look away if you don't want to use this much. Just kidding. And next, you're going to add your chicken. And it's juicy. It reminds you like something your tia or your abuela would make. And boom, done. We're ready for some toppings. Está bien grande. Thank you. Me da como nostalgia. I know some of you are going to say that takes way too long. It really doesn't. Work on your chicken the day before, and then the next day you can have your pescadas with your chicken or whatever recipe you want to make. But I'm curious to know, what do you call this recipe in your home? I know these as pescadas, and if I fry them, they're gorditas, and the whole world knows them as sopes. But I'm curious. I'm going to enjoy reading your comments today. As always, Cloud and I are wishing you the best. We absolutely adore you, and we want to give a special shout out to all the homeschool kids. We hope that you have a good year. And on that one, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.